Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to generate summary stats with SAS. First of all, double click on the SAS version for SAS Enterprise Guide that you want to use. Please create a new project. File menu, import data, dataset iris. This is the location of this dataset on SAS server, SAS app, library, work, and name of the dataset is iris. We'll have to use it later, so I just wanted to mention. Click next, please. Next, next, finish. This is the dataset that we want to use to generate summary stats. There are four columns with numeric values, and the fifth column has the species of the iris flower, 3 species, and the first 4 columns have sepal length, sepal width, petal width. Now we will generate summary stats for these columns. File menu, open tasks, summary statistics. Double click on that, please, or even single click. In this exercise, I will use first 4 columns as analysis variables. I'm not using any classification variable for now, so I will drag and drop them under analysis variable. Species, I will drag and drop under group by, group analysis by, and then I would choose my summary stats. I'll choose mean, standard deviation, variance, minimum, maximum, mode, range, sum. You can choose anything that you need. And then from percentiles, I would choose median. You don't have to choose all of them for every assignment. You have to choose whichever you like or whichever you need to answer the questions. I'm just showing you how to choose all of them, just in case you need them. Plots, histogram, and box and whisker plots I checked. And results, I want to export my results later, so I'm saving stats to a dataset on SAS server with this name in SAS app work directory. And then I would just click run. So here you can see summary stats at the top, and then histograms, and then box plots. I've interpreted these results in detail during the lectures, so I won't spend time on that. Now I'm going to show you how to generate summary stats with classification variables. So I would click on file, import data. This time I will use bank.csv file. Click next, 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 finish. So from file menu, I would choose the task summary stats again. This time, I'm going to choose salary as my analysis variable, and then job grade as my group analysis by variable, and gender as classification variable. And then I would just generate summary stats, just leave the defaults. You can choose any of them that you need. And then plots, I would only generate, let's generate histograms and box and whisker plots both. And you can also export your results if you need. And then please click run. As you can see, you have the classification variable in the first column and the group by variable at the top. So you had 6 job grades and you group by job grade, so you have 6 tables. And then each table has 2 rows because you classified by the gender, and there are values for gender female and male. So you have 2 rows per table. And then you have histograms. And by using the classification variable, you can see instead of 1 histogram, you have 2 histograms. Distribution of salary for males and females in every job grade, so that you can compare easily. And similarly, you have 2 box plots instead of 1, as compared to when you were using iris dataset, because now this time you have used classification variable, so you can compare easily. They're side by side. So I won't spend time on interpretation because we have done this in detail during our lectures. I am going to use the iris dataset now again for computing the correlations and generating scatter plots. So file, task. To generate the scatter plots only, you would click scatter plot, but since I want to compute the correlations and that task can also generate scatter plots, so I would only click on correlations. I wanted to use iris dataset, but I opened this task in bank dataset, so I'm going to close it and reopen it while I am in iris dataset. Okay, and this time, as I showed you in the class, I would choose 1 analysis variable and 1 correlate with variable, and then 1 group by variable. So here, sepal length is my analysis variable, sepal width is correlate with variable, and species is group analysis by variable. But you can choose any others as you need. And then I want to generate Pearson and Spearman correlation coefficients. And then I also want to generate scatter plots. I also want to save my output data. Then I would just click run. As you can see, you have these 2 tables. Actually, we have 4 tables, but we're only interested in the bottom 2 tables. And one is for Pearson correlation, and the other one is Spearman correlation. And you have the value of the correlation coefficient, which is 0.74 and 0.75 in each of these tables. And then you have the significance, which is less than 0.0001 in both the tables. And then you have scatter plots. and you have these outputs for all the species of iris flower. So we have already interpreted them in the class, so I won't spend time on that. This is the end of this video.